Greetings. In this part of our discussion, we are discussing the second part of the promise the Lord made to the Israeli Jews, even before they enter Palestine, the Holy Land. And we are discussing the part where the curses will come on over the head of the Israelis as a nation. And we noticed that in this promise from the Lord, we have 15 verses at the beginning of Deuteronomy 28, only 15 verses. While over here, we are talking right now, 57, we are in the 57th verse of the curses. 15 multiplied by 2 is 60. So, more than double is the curses and the threats of the Lord that He promised than the part of the good blessing. Only 15, over here over 64, 65 verses speaking about punishment, threats, destruction, annihilation, ruin, curses on top of curses, more than double. So, if we take, the promise as two parts, this small part, 15 verses, we have the bad part, the curses, more than double than this one. More than double. So imagine how the Lord is promising the Israelis double the punishment if they do not obey. And they did not obey. And that's what happened. And history is our witness over such. Very well. Deuteronomy 28, verse 57. Now we reach the state where they became cannibalists. They will become cannibalists, eating their own sons and daughters, freshly coming from the womb, the fruit of the womb. So let's see what 57, and we speak about even the most gentle, kind woman in their community will be so incompassionate, so tough. She cares about none of her family. She doesn't give a damn. What else? The afterbirth from her womb, the afterbirth, after she delivered a child. The afterbirth from her womb and the children she bears. For in her dire need she intends to eat them secretly. She will try to eat them secretly. Why? Now, first, she is eating her very own children. Remember the example of the cat in the last video? The cat seeks a hiding place so secured, according to her, to the cat, to the animal, to hide her newborn babies. And if a stranger that she doesn't know, not in the family of the house, for example, or a passing by, if she is a street cat, and this stranger see where she had laid or put her children, out of fear for the lives of the children, she eats them up. She eat her children. But this is out of fear, compassion, love. The animal level we are talking. We are not talking the human level or those who have humanity in them. But in this case, the woman will become worse than machine, heartless, no compassion, and like a thief, not only eating the flesh of her children, but doing so secretly, so that nobody will see her. Nobody will see her and punish her for doing such a miserable act. For in her dire need, she intends to eat them secretly because of the suffering your enemy will inflict on you during the siege of your cities. Imagine how horrific the suffering will be that will bring the Israeli nation to this stand, to this state, that the mother will eat in secrecy the flesh of her children and the newborn. What kind of suffering is that? What kind of suffering that may produce such a result? The human become inhuman, worse than animals, no compassion left in them. Those are non-humans anymore. They are worse than animals. We spoke, animals have love, compassion. But here we are talking non-human level of the worst kind. Verse 58 says, if you do not carefully follow all the words of this law, so now back to Moses. So we have seen horrific, pictures before we reach here. And since, this is taking another spin, another turn, and we are approaching the most important part of the threat, of the warning, of the curses. We are reaching the most important part now, from here on. And since, the book is changing the topic right now, from horrific pictures all the way, the consequences of the acts of the enemies from a distant land, and what suffering they implement, and what will happen to the Israeli Jews. Let's continue this next time. Take care.